We're in Shizuoka right now in November, and actually what you can see is the tea plant is actually producing these beautiful yellow and white flowers. So these are going to start to produce some pollen here, as you can see, and then that will grow the next generation of plants. Okay, that'll be one video. So if you look over there, you can see they're doing a trimming, which they do in the fall. And what they do is they trim down the first layer of the plants here so that the leaves below can grow better and produce a better flavor. But first, these plants up here need to be trimmed down. Hey everybody, we're at Fuji Matcha right now, and as you can see here, this is a young tea field. These tea plants are a lot shorter than the ones we saw before, and that's because they're only 2 years old. And the farmers are going to start harvesting these when they're 5 years old. So in 3 years, they'll start to have their first harvest. And so what you can see up above, there's actually solar panels. And this is a way for the farmers to generate electricity while they're waiting for this tea crop to reach the maturity. And it actually works out in two ways because in addition to producing the energy, it also shades the tea plants partially. So the tea plants appreciate the partial shade, half shade, half sun, and the solar panels up here give them just the perfect amount of light. This right here is a 5-year-old Samidori plant. Over there you have the 5-year-old Okumidori plant, and as you'll notice, the Okumidori is a lot more mature. It looks like it's already ready in the rows and it's ready to be harvested. And here, right here, even though it's the same age, you can see the plant looks a lot younger. And that's the reason why Samidori is a more expensive matcha, because it takes more time to cultivate it to its maturity. Hey everybody, we're here at the Fuji Matcha Yabukita field, and what you'll notice here is that there's these straws on the ground, and these serve two purposes. The first is they'll add nutrients to the ground, so it's kind of like a fertilizer. Also, it keeps the heat in because, you know, we're getting into late fall now and it's getting a little colder, so the tea plants have to stay warm and the roots need to stay warm. So we use the straws to keep the heat inside the ground so that it can actually be a little warmer. And you can see this beautiful landscape of Shizuoka. And one of the things you'll notice is all of these green fans blowing air onto the tea plants. And the reason they do that is to keep them warmer, because in late fall, you know, you start to get some frost on the plants, and this actually prevents that. So it keeps the tea plants a little bit warmer, and it keeps them safer in the fall. So here we have two different tea leaves. We have first the Samidori, which you notice is a lot slimmer, and the Yabukita. The Yabukita is a much rounder leaf, and it's also a lot thicker. So the Samidori, and this is where cultivar is important, the Samidori is a lot thinner, so it's better to grind up to make the matcha powder, whereas the Yabukita does not make as good of a matcha because the leaf is too thick and it doesn't grind as well.